Hello everyone, and welcome to my Law and Our American TV Show official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless spoilers hint that Kyle Abbott and Audra Charles' dispute could have some unintended effects. Audra has fallen deeper for Nate Hastings than she'd care to admit, so she'd be shattered if she pushed him into the arms of another woman. Nevertheless, it may be exactly what Audra's about to do. Nate appears frightened about how serious Audra's feud with Kyle could grow, so Audra could descend to levels that are a major turnoff. Meanwhile, we've got Claire Newman, who's conquered her own scheming tendencies and improved her life with the support of the Newman family's affection. Claire gets how the corporate world operates and feels she can take Kyle being a little deceptive for the sake of business, but trouble could be brewing. There may come a moment when Kyle's deceptive behavior becomes too much for Claire to bear. Claire has risen above all the Jordan turmoil, therefore she doesn't approve of cunning plots anymore. If Kyle breaches the line somehow, Claire may drift away from him and toward someone else who's been striving to climb beyond his own previous faults. Of course, we're talking about Nate, who just might become another love interest option for Claire. Back when Claire was still conspiring against the Newmans, I&R seemingly had some sequences that acted as Claire and Nate's chemistry test. Now the show's bringing that matching potential back around. Based on Nate and Claire's engaging encounter in the October 1 episode, there's a potential that they might end up getting together sooner or later. It'd be interesting to watch things take a sizzling turn for Claire and Nate down the line. Perhaps Nate and Claire could commiserate over Audra and Kyle's similar determination to win at whatever cost. It's easy to envision Claire and Nate bonding as Kyle and Audra distract themselves with all their fighting. Nate and Claire could develop some feelings for each other eventually, so it could at least lead to a kiss and some confusion about what they truly want. Like Audra, Kyle could face some heartbreak as well if he pushes Claire toward someone else. Notably Nate, will Kyle and Audra's antagonism put the romances they've been working toward in jeopardy? The Young and the Restless spoilers claim that twists and turns are still to come in Genoa City, so we'll bring you updates on any feud-related news and more predictions on all the romance developments ahead. The Young and the Restless spoilers claim that Sharon Newman is trying hard to protect her freedom and preserve her one last joy in life. Sharon doesn't want to get separated from her family, so she's hiding her trail and attempting to make sure nobody ever finds out the real truth. Of all, even Sharon herself can't be positive of everything that went down the night Heather Stevens drew her final breath. The same goes for Y&R fans, since we only saw Sharon's perspective, meaning viewers don't know what happened during Sharon's blackout either. There's a very good likelihood that the show's exploiting that outage as a twist setup. It's probably going to be discovered that Sharon wasn't at fault for Heather's demise after all, but she still seems guilty at this point in the plot. Regardless of whether Sharon is genuinely responsible for Heather's tragic destiny, she nonetheless wrapped her body up and hurled it off the side of a bridge. Since Sharon has also been posing as Heather via SMS, she's making some steps that'll come back to bite her. Sharon can't dodge the consequences of her actions forever, so it's just a matter of time until she is jailed. You can guarantee Sharon's family will be left reeling once the clues lead in her direction and she's ultimately taken into custody. That may not happen until down the line, but it's tough to suppose Y&R will pass up the opportunity to put handcuffs on Sharon and throw her in a jail cell for a while. Even if Sharon ultimately gets off the hook owing to her mental disorders and an unexpected other culprit, she could still suffer behind bars until it's all resolved out. Sharon needs to stop listening to Cameron Kirsten and receive the treatment she needs, but it's tough for her to think clearly enough to know what's best for herself in this situation. Things will get worse for Sharon before they get better, so we'll bring you more forecasts on her arrest and updates on how that surprising news will affect her loved ones. The Young and the Restless spoilers predict Sharon case will continue to provide fantastic performances along the way, so stay tuned. Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that viewers hit a rather hard realization during the Monday, September 30 broadcast. As the show played out, it was evident that Sharon Newman had killed Heather Stevens, and the Thursday, September 26 episode was not a dream or delusion. This is not a good scenario for Sharon to be in, but will she kill it again? I&R spoilers suggest that viewers were on the fence as to whether or not Cameron Kirsten would return after Thursday's show. During Sharon's 30th anniversary show on Friday, the parent disclosed her mental health spiral at her late daughter, Cassie Newman's cemetery. It nearly seemed as if Sharon turned a corner. It almost appeared as if she was going to turn herself in. Yet, on Monday's broadcast, it was evident to fans that she was all in when it came to covering her tracks over Heather's death. Of course, Cameron also turned up, but it was during the final scenes on Monday's broadcast that revealed not only was Sharon going to cover up her current catastrophe, but there may be more destruction to come. After Sharon struggled to text Daniel Romalotti back from Heather's phone, pretending to be his domestic partner, Cameron stated something very interesting. He almost hinted that Sharon killing Heather was not enough and that Daniel still had not paid for Cassie's death. In fact, during Monday's broadcast, Cameron seems to indicate that Sharon still needs to eliminate Daniel, not only so she may finally acquire some peace and justice for Cassie's death, but ultimately be happy. It's hard to tell where this tale is going. It's terrible enough that Heather's dead and Sharon has covered it up, but the simple thought that killing Daniel may still be on the table is next-level craziness. What if Sharon attempts to assassinate Daniel again, and someone else dies in the crossfire? Could she continue on her killing spree until Daniel is eventually eliminated, if that ever happens? Could Sharon become a serial killer? Comment below. Watch Y&R on CBS Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama. What if Sharon attempts to assassinate Daniel again, and someone else dies in the crossfire? Could she continue on her killing spree until Daniel is eventually eliminated, if that ever happens? Could Sharon become a serial killer? Comment below. Watch Y&R on CBS Daily so you don't miss a moment of the drama. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comment below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I will see you guys next time.